This is Off the Record, a radio playlist where I help you discover new artists and new music. I'm here with Caroline Carter, who just released her newest EP, Fetch. Sis, how are you today?
That was so beautiful. What a
Oh
great.
my gosh, thank you.
I'm so great today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk to you about this truly incredible EP. Like I just told you off camera, like beginning to end, it's a no skip project. Like the world building, I kind of want to dive into all that.
Yeah.
But I want to start by asking you, who were your musical influences growing up? Not so much the artists you were discovering, but in your household, who was playing music around you, and what do you remember them playing?
Honestly, I didn't come from like a super musical household. My mom is a huge fan of the Chicks. I feel like I grew up around a lot of country music, but the Chicks, that was the band that I actually enjoyed my mom playing around the house. Because I'm not much of a pop country gal myself, but do love the Chicks. My dad was a big Fleetwood Mac fan, so it was
Ooh,
end of those two, and then like Selena Gomez. So there was
I
honestly,
love it. I love this blend. Okay, I
yeah.
gotta know, Wide Open Spaces or
Um,
Landslide?
oh, probably I have to say Wide Open Spaces.
Good answer.
As a daughter who left my family in Texas and moved to a new state by myself, I feel like that has to be my answer.
That's such a solid answer.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chicks, that's like such a good influence growing up. I didn't discover them to like adulthood. And I remember like the first time I heard Wide Open Spaces, because I didn't grow up in like a country home. I
Okay.
remember being like, oh my God, who are these? Who are these girls? And then
Who
you
are
get
these
down the rabbit
divas?
hole. Literally. Well, let's chat a little bit about the project. What was the process like for it? What is your songwriting process kind of looking like?
My songwriting process specifically is very much like I enjoy songwriting completely by myself. I've never been the best with like co-writing or anything. It's just not really my favorite. I feel like I always write my favorite songs of mine when it's just me and my guitar alone in my room, allowing myself to feel completely and totally relaxed and calm enough to like put myself in a vulnerable space. Um, so that's how I wrote all of the songs for the project. And then I took like a 5-day blocked out period where my producer and I just sat down and got as much done for the songs as possible and like did 1 day per song on the project
Wow.
to start it off.
What was it like transitioning from like the songwriting process to the studio?
Honestly, I feel like when I work with a producer or really any kind of creative collaborator, I want to hear their creative, I guess. I want to give someone creative liberty, when they're working on something with me, because I want to at least see other people's ideas out. And I'm not afraid to be like, hey, love this, or hey, like, I'd rather do it in this direction. But starting out, I'm always super curious to hear or see what someone else is feeling or hearing or seeing when they hear a song of mine for the first time.
Yeah.
So I went into it with, like references, and I had like a playlist of like production I liked, or like guitar tones, or songs that inspired like the songwriting, the lyrics part of the songs. But for the most part, I just wanted to go into it with a super open mind, and I'm really glad that I did, because a lot of it was like a trust the process moment,
Yeah.
which
When
is
it
really.
when it comes to the production of the EP, where were you drawing a lot of those influences from?
I found myself listening to a lot more like female fronted, like post grunge indie bands. Like I had just seen Mama in concert, which was like a band I was super into last year, and just like a lot of months leading up to making the project. Annie DeRusso's album Super Pedestrian had just come out, and oh god, it's such a good album lyrically and production wise. I was just drawing a lot of influence from those two.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about the title of the project,
Mhm.
Fetch. What does it mean to you, and how did you land on that?
Well, I always knew I wanted my sophomore EP to be centered around like some kind of dog metaphor, dog theme,
Mm,
because Watchdog was a song that I first wrote for that project, and I knew I wanted to center it around that song. But I picked Fetch because I really liked using that visual cyclical nature of fetching something and bringing it
yeah,
back, and knowing that it doesn't really benefit either person in any way. Like someone throws the ball, someone brings it back. It's not really anything that's bringing something positive or negative into your life. It's just something that you're used to doing as a
mm,
cycle. So I liked using that metaphor, I guess, for staying in something or putting so much energy and thought towards something that doesn't really benefit you in any way.
yeah. That's awesome. Is there a lyric or line from the project that you come back to often, and you're like, "That's the one I cooked with"?
Oh my god. Probably, well, I do love the repetition of using guilt as a funny thing in Legroom.
Mm.
That one I reference a lot for this project, but I also think in Jacob, the line that says, "I've always been a fixer but never a healer." I think those two are the ones I bounce
Yeah,
back.
that's good. If this EP was to score like a TV show or movie, what would it be for you?
Oh my God. See, that's a great question. I find myself that I'm less of a TV show enjoyer, if anything. Well, I've been watching a lot of like trash reality TV lately. So I don't know
That's
if
the best way to do it.
I mean, it honestly is a great distraction from like anything negative going on in my life because it'll never be as bad as like the crazy drama that's in reality TV. It's very
Yeah.
great for me. Um, but I mean, I would honestly love. I've been watching the newer episodes of Euphoria that are rolling out,
Ooh,
and maybe not so in this newest season, but like season two Euphoria would love to see like a smackdown between Maddie and Cassie to Watchdog
yeah.
or like something like that. Or maybe like Yellow Jackets. I feel
Yeah.
like I love that show and all those girls are gay and my music is gay as hell. So
I
there's
love
got to
it.
be some kind of connection there that they could find.
What are you hoping audiences take away from the project as a whole?
Honestly, I've been talking to a lot of my friends about how I think with this project I really allowed myself to just put everything out on the table and then allow myself to truly feel so proud of it and publicly go on the record saying that like I am so proud of this and I do want people to listen to it and I really believe in myself and I believe in the music that I'm making now and having that mindset I think has just brought me so much more opportunity and joy and has allowed more people to hear it. So I hope that if anything people take away that like being more open and allowing yourself to truly feel the way you need to feel and not be afraid to express it or say it out loud, I think can only benefit you.
That's so good. It's time for my favorite question. I asked you to
Mm.
bring three songs from three other artists, and feel free to share a little bit on why you chose each of these.
Yes. Okay. Well, one that I know I want to share is Underdog by Bridie Costello. They are one of my very close friends here in Nashville and just one of the sweetest souls and smartest songwriters I know personally, but also even if I didn't know Bridie, I would just be such a fan. I think they're just such a genius and their music is getting more flowers lately and they deserve all the flowers. They're just so lovely and wonderful. Um okay, the second one I want to say is the Live in Berlin version of My One Bedroom by Theo Katzman. Uh,
Ooh,
it's the song that I just like specifically that version of the song before I have a show or a band rehearsal. That's the song that I choose to play in my car and sing along to. And I guess like warm up to, but it's such a sweet song and there's just some really satisfying runs he does in the song and just you can really feel the band playing along with him. It's such a beautiful version of the song and I recommend it to everyone, but
hmm.
that's my number two for sure. And I would say that my number three is Love Fool by the Cardigans because that's my favorite song ever.
Ooh, solid list there.
Thanks.
Well, Caroline, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me today about the new EP.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun.
It was a blast. All right, everyone enjoy my favorite track, the last track on the project. Here's Legroom.